Well, hello and welcome back. We are continuing where we're converting our old JSP Tomcat application to a new, fine, awesome, shiny, whiter, better, smaller, all that good stuff Spring Boot application. And what we're going to talk about this time is we're going to get a little bit into the display. Now, last time around, we were able to list, we basically just did a nice little list page. So we came through and we were listing essentially each of the columns out of our table. And we were doing that, not the rest controller, if I can go back to my controller. We're using that by basically coming in. We had set up JDBC and we were walking through, we just basically built a results or a list, list by user, and we grab the results. And all we do is we just throw the results in. And then if you remember, we go to opportunity list, and we did this little thing here, and that's what I want to talk about. Is I want to talk about Thymeleaf this time, because this is something we're going to be doing for the next couple little episodes. Essentially, we're going to do a little bit of pulling in some of our pieces. So we just used it last time. We just had it, and then we did an include here, or basically we just did XML and S. I want to step back a little bit. If you go to Thymeleaf, I'm at, which is THYME, that kind of time, LEAF.org. If you go there, you can see there's a nice tutorial. There's a bunch of stuff to get that. But the key is that you get a nice little tutorial, and it does give you an idea of what it does. If you've worked with just about any application framework, web application framework, you have the idea of being able to access things from the server. And that's what Thymeleaf gives us. Now what it does, oops, I want to go to the source code, is it basically does it through this, we just do a th colon, and then in this case, like we're going to do th text, and that's going to set our div. Now, what I want to talk about this time is let's go ahead and turn this into, which we saw here, this little thing. So this piece is really what we were kicking out, but now there's some structure around it. And the way we do that is a thing called fragments. And so here is where, essentially, if I take this out, if I do this, I take that out, we restart it, because you have to restart it so it'll load all your stuff right, then this is what we see. So really nothing there. I mean, it's like, it's a very simple bunch of divs, things like that. Now what we did is we had formatting and all kinds of other stuff came from this one thing. Now it's not because this is super magical, it's because I'll show you that file. The key here is we're going to have a fragment, and fragments go in the resources fragments folder. And this one is actually going to be called header. So if I have header.html, which is what it's looking for, and if I go look at that, now this came over from an older application, so I pulled, a bunch of information over. A lot of this stuff, like the meta tags, doesn't really matter. Actually, let's go and fill that out just because. Not sure why I didn't have those. I'm not sure why I didn't have this set, but so I've got like a title. Now here is a key too that we're going to look at in a minute. But okay, so in here, let me start with the fragment side. What we do is we're going to come in and we're going to create an HTML file, and we're going to have a fragment, and we're going to give it a name, which is here. And then down here is the end of that div. So I could actually see this because it is HTML, but I don't really need to. Now, if we look at this fragment name main, and I go to opportunity list, we can see here that it's going to go look for in the fragments header, and it's going to pull in the main section. Now let me go ahead and at the bottom, let me do the same thing, and I'm going to show you what a footer looks like. So let me do a footer, and I'm going to call it footer, and it's going to be the main. Then I'm going to take my footer here, I'm going to rename it to footer.html. So we're going to create a fragment on the fly here. Whoop. Did I not get it right? Footer.html. There we go. And what I'm going to want to do, much as I did in the header, is I'm going to have a main fragment. So if I go here, I'm just going to do it right at the top. This is something I used in the past, but all I'm going to do here is do that. So now I've got a big div, and this is my fragment now. Now, I do have some stuff here I need to change over, which we're going to see. Let's see, I want to make sure I can get it all. Should be okay until I get to this, because I was using some stuff I don't need to. So now, and I'm also gonna, this is going to be this JS, that stuff, let's see, that's still going to be probably okay, but this is because it's coming from local. I'll show you how to pull that in. And so, where did I go to? If I go to, if I go to header. Now, one of the things I've got here is I've got fragments, and so that's where I'm going to put my fragments. It's going to look for them in that folder. Now, the other thing I've got is static. And within, and that's also within the resource. So I've got fragments folder, I've got a static folder. Within that, I have dropped in Bootstrap 502, which is right here. And then I've just got a couple of CSS files that I threw in there. Now notice here, if I do this at squiggly bracket and then do that for that file name, it's going to pull it from the static folder. So I can fairly easily, that just sort of tells me where I'm going to put stuff. So if I take the same thing, let's go look here. What I want to do is I wanted to pull the Bootstrap min, so that's going to look like this. Bootstrap, let's see, dist, Bootstrap, yeah, and that should work. And then if I close that, I think, let's see, that other one came from there, so I think I'm good. I don't think I need to grab anything else. And so now if I take that, and so this is just, this is main on the footer. Did I set that up right? Footer, main. So let's see what happens. And so now if I look at it, I'm going to see somewhere down here, not a footer. It did not pull it in on me. So let's go look at that again. Let's see. So that is, let's make sure we got it right. So it's in fragments, footer. Let's do this. Let's make it a straight up. Whoop, am I in the right place? Yeah. Wait, did I lose my... Oh, I'm in the wrong header there. Okay. I don't know why I had an extra header. Oops, I've got them in the wrong place. Okay, so that footer needs to be... Oh, sorry. Not in fragments and templates, I think. Let's see. Yeah, so he's there. I'm sorry, this is in templates, so I want to take... Whoop, let's do this. Let's get rid of this header. And let's take this footer and put it in templates. So I don't need fragments because I've already defined this as a fragment, my mistake. So now, let's see, is that the right footer? Yes. So now, I have a footer down here. And I've got my main thing, and we've pulled in, of course, here we can see, we can go see on here. Oh, I did have something that it didn't like. Oh, I've got an extra character somewhere for the JS. So if I go look here, let's go look at that real quick. Is it, where's header? Make sure I got it right. So I probably got, oh, I think I got a character wrong now. So let's see. Oh, my mistake. I think that's what I want. So I want th source, bootstrap, blah, blah, blah. That should work. Hopefully that works. Let's see what happens. And that's really the challenge, is making sure, there we go. Whoa. There we go. And now it's come through. So we didn't get our error, and we have our pages coming through. Of course, if we do this, oh, it does try to go somewhere. Oh, because those are actually not on the server. So it's going to go hit some stuff that's out. So those actually work, even though I've got a couple other things that don't. So what we've put together is just a very basic framework, essentially, for our pages. We have a header, which is up here, and we have a footer, which is down here. And the header or footer, we're not going to need to do a whole lot with it. We'll go ahead and change this to 23, just because. Actually, it's going to be 24 by the time we get done with this, so we'll just put it to 24. So we're not going to need that anymore. The header, we really probably won't need, except, oh, we will need, we're going to need to get our navbar stuff straightened out, because we're not seeing it right now. We're getting this toggle navigation, we're getting navbar header, so we'd have this not set up right. Now, one of the things that probably is incorrect, let's see. One of the things that's incorrect is that this was built initially with Bootstrap 3, and now we've moved to Bootstrap 5. So we're going to do some migration, essentially, of our Bootstrap stuff as well to make sure that we can get this set up as a proper navbar. But that is the simplest thing we can do to start pulling our stuff over is, for example, and let's do one real quick. Let's take... let's go look from our old stuff, and let's go look at our pages that are in here somewhere. Let's see, is it there? I think. Main, resources, web app, WebINF, views. So let's see, that was projects. Let's see, or opportunity. Let's get a different list. Let's do the let's do the registration. So let's take the registration, and we're going to bring it over here. We can save our header, and registration is now going to be a HTML page. And we'll give you a walkthrough on this. This is going to be non-trivial, because what we're going to do, we've got, as we can see here, we've got some of this core and the function stuff that we don't want. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, and we're going to need our Thymeleaf stuff, and we're going to need our header. So that is here. Our header is going to go there. And now we've got a whole bunch of little logic here. So this is actually going to get to be maybe a little complex, but let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can do this in a simple way, and then we'll come back and add some functionality. So we want to throw our footer on it. And let's go with just that for now. Let's see what happens. So if we take just that, and we look at registration, I don't think we had anything in the past that was anything super interesting on it. So let's go look. If we look at, up in the controller, I'm going to say that's the user. Let's go find registration. Okay, so register user. We're just going to, it was register user. Let's go look at him real quick. Oh, so basically he's just got a lot of text that gets turned in here. So let's look at how we're going to take this. So if we want to take this, So we called it register user. So we're going to come up here and we'll do it in our hello controller. And let's see what this looks like if we're going to change it. So we're going to take our get mapping. Let me close that because that's annoying. Is actually now going to be register user. And let's just, I wonder if it'll keep that. I don't know if it'll keep that or not, but we're going to find out in a minute. Let's see, so it's going to be, this is going to be register user. He probably doesn't need anything in particular. We'll come back to that. For right now, we won't use it. Let's see, so we need, really, let's see. I don't know, we're going to need too much. So let's just do it this way. We're going to simplify this sucker all the way down. So for here, all we're going to do is return, for now, what did we call that? Registration. Right, is that what that is? Make sure that makes sense. Whoops. Oh, those are two different things. My mistake. So let's bring him over here. Oh, wait, no. Registration. Where'd he go? Registration. Okay, so we're good. So now we're just going to do registration. Whoop. So now, let's see what happens if we pull the page. It'll be a very ugly page, probably. But let's go. Whoops. We have errors somewhere. Oh, we don't need that. Oh, we don't need those either. We'll keep that for now because we're going to probably come back to that at some point. But let's run it and then go to register user and see what happens. Okay. If we go here and we go register user, then we've got a page. And now it's got some errors, it's got some annoying stuff, but it's like, hey, we got a page and we spun that around fairly quickly from the other application. Now, of course, we're going to see some stuff here because everything's showing up. You can see where we have some function names and stuff like that. So we can actually do some stuff if we want to with this. But we'll talk about that in a later episode. For now, I want to just go with, hey, we've got a page. We're starting to put some stuff together. We are starting to use Thymeleaf, and we're going to continue to do that in the next episode. And we're going to start integrating that on a regular basis, but I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that that's out there. Again, THYMELEAF.org, and you can get everything you need. And there's a ton of stuff there, some of which, quite a bit, actually, we're going to be going through. So hopefully this will get you going. That being said, let's get out there. So have a great day, a great week, and we will talk to you next time.
Hello, this is Rob with Developreneur, also known as Building Better Developers. Wanted to announce that we have school.developreneur.com. Feel free to check it out if you like any of this information, any of the content that we've sent, and you would like to see more. You can come out, you can enroll for free. We have free courses. We've got places for you to get better at just learning a technology, our how-tos. You can work on your business skills. We can help you with becoming a better developer, as in coding and things like that. A lot of the stuff you've seen on YouTube, we also have out at school.developreneur. We just have it in a little more of a educational format and a way for you to track your progress as you move forward becoming a better developer.